This is Lake Charles, that is located southwest Louisiana. And on the side of the interstate I-10 in Lake Charles lies a small privately owned cemetery. And in this cemetery lies one of the founding fathers of Lake Charles. Others speculate he's not. Hello everyone, I'm in Lake Charles, Louisiana at the Bilbo Cemetery, and today we're going to check out the founder of Lake Charles himself, who is buried inside Bilbo Cemetery. Not a big cemetery from the looks of things. Bilbo Cemetery, established April 8, 1840 with the burial of Margaret Bilbo, who was the first person to be buried in the family cemetery, which is Bilbo Cemetery. Margaret was only 8 years old. Her cause of death is unknown. Bury site of John Jacob Ryan Jr., 1816 to 1899, father of Lake Charles. Pause for one moment. So apparently there are 3 founding fathers of Lake Charles, Louisiana. The first one being Thomas Bilbo, John Jacob Ryan Sr., and John Jacob Ryan Jr. This is Thomas Joel Bilbo. Not much is said about him being one of the founding fathers of Lake Charles or what he did to help the city grow, but he claims to be the second ever settler to set foot on land which is now known as Lake Charles, Louisiana. However, he does have a rather interesting background about his life. I'll post his Find a Grave page in the video description down below. Trust me, it is worth checking out his background. The second founder claims to be John Jacob Ryan Sr. Just like Thomas Bilbo, I wasn't able to dig up any information about John Jacob Ryan Sr. being a founding father in Lake Charles. On a side note, my friend and I ran into some of the family members of John Jacob Ryan Jr., and what they had to say shocked us. I'll get into that after this history lesson. Now, for the final person who claims to be the founding father of Lake Charles is John Jacob Ryan Jr. John Jacob Ryan Jr. was born on February 14, 1816 in Vermilion, Louisiana. He was one of 17 kids in his family. Not much is talked about his life growing up, but John Jacob Ryan Jr. ended up getting married to his first wife, Rebecca Gaines, on November 6, 1834. They end up having 8 sons and 6 daughters. Here is a list of his children from his first wife. John Jacob Ryan Jr. moved to Lake Charles, Louisiana in 1850 to find work. He did a little bit of everything, and he was good at it, like a stockbroker, planter, mill owner, merchant, contractor. The list just keeps going on and on. He first entered the sawmill business by leasing a mill erected at Sitting Bluff on the Calcasieu River, and shortly afterwards built his mill on the lake bank where warehouses and rice mills now thickly stand. This really got the city of Lake Charles growing. Fast forward to December 31st, 1871. Rebecca Gaines Bilbo passed away at the age of 53 years old and was brought to Bilbo Cemetery in Lake Charles, Louisiana. John Jacob Ryan Sr. remarried to Emma Barba and had 2 children. Toward the end of John's life, he ended up selling 160 acres of land and his companies to the city of Lake Charles for X amount of dollars. John helped the city grow so much that he was nicknamed the Father of Lake Charles. John Jacob Ryan Jr. passed away on December 17, 1899 at the age of 83 years old. His body was brought to Bilbo Cemetery to be buried with the rest of his family.
Earlier site of ancient
Atacapa,
Indian village, U.S. Army military post,
Cantonment, Alkinson,
1829, 1832.
Okay, he's not the original founder. His father was. He just came along afterwards, and he kind of claimed to be the father. And that's for the true story.
Huh. Interesting. What my friend just said, because he was talking to someone who's kin of that guy, which he's the original father of Lake Charles. That's the son right there. So if he is the son of the actual father of Lake Charles, then where is he buried at in the cemetery? It's not that big of a cemetery. It's very small. So there's a grave out there we'll go check out in a second. And for these little crosses that you see right there, I don't know exactly what that even means or what they're there for. But if you know what they mean and what they're there for, I can't believe I got to go over here in the water just to get to this. But if you know what this means, leave it in the comments below, because we have no idea. There's some pennies on the ground. There's a quarter. Apparently quarter is that somebody knows this person or died in action with them or something like that. I could be wrong. Educate me, because I could be wrong. Penny is just someone to pay their respects and whatnot, but I really wonder, who are these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crosses are even for? I guess it's just a mystery, whatever this is. Yeah, like I mentioned, it's flooded. Let's go check out this other grave, and I'm going to tell you something along the way. I believe it was last year, between March and August of 2022, a crew came out here and cleaned up the area, and you can see a difference, because I've been out here multiple times, and if you look at 2 other videos that people have filmed on this cemetery, you can see that this entire section that I'm standing in was pretty much just overgrown, tree falling down, limbs, trash, all that type of stuff. So here is the grave that we're going to look at. Oh wow, that's heavy. I don't know, I can't read anything. I don't see anything either. And right over here looks to be like a child's grave. Somebody left a stuffed bear, a frog, a toy. But can we see? Nope. I don't see a name on this side, nor did I see a name on the other side. But somebody left a rose here. Let's put it back on top of there for them. This inspiring statue, the Millennium Christ, our citizens of the century, honors pioneers of Lake Charles and their
commitment
to God and country. proud popular unveil of the statue by Governor Mike Foster and Lieutenant Governor Kinlith, whatever his name is. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Occurred April 27, 2000. These are founders of the people. So this guy right here, in memory of Isaac Ryan, 2nd Lieutenant Co. K-10 LA Infantry, Confederate States Army, April 16, 1839, all the way to March 25th, 1865, killed in action. This guy was killed in San Antonio, Texas, and brought here to Bilbo Cemetery to be buried.
He was stabbed in the back by a Mexican soldier with a bayonet. Which one do you think is really the founder of Lake Charles, Louisiana? To be honest, I believe John Jacob Ryan Jr. is, even though we were told by the family members he's not. He helped build the city and got things started, but I'm sure Thomas and John Jacob Sr. did their part as well. Let me know what you think. Again, I will provide links on the 3 founders in the video description below for you to check out for yourself. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and I will see you in the next upload.